What's up, y'all? How are you guys doing today? In today's video, we're going to talk about what I did to make $500 this week. The past 7 days, I made about $500. I work 3 jobs. All right. One job is lawn mowing. I have a little lawn mowing business. My second job is working at the pool. And then my third job is it's not a job, but I count it as a hobby, which can turn into a source of income, which is trading the stock market, trading the crypto market, trading all this stuff. Because what I do is I day trade it, right? So let's say at like 9 in the morning when the market opens, I will get into a trade, have a good setup, and I'll ride the price up or down, and I'll make some money off it. Like last Monday, I knew the price was going to go up because Mondays are usually, there's a lot of volume and volatility, and also there's some really good news for the markets. So I got in, I wrote it up, I made like $100 that day. All right. I did end up giving a little bit of money back to the market, so I'm not 100% up from what I was at, but I'm still in profit, right? So I'm up $300 from the week on that, for my crypto, and it's only going to go up because the profits I make, I turn it into specific investments like Bitcoin or something else, or the altcoins. And from that, what I do is over time in the next few months, more money, more liquidity will be put into the markets, which will drive the prices of my investments up. And when that goes up, if the market cap of something is $100 million, so with everybody's assets are worth $100 million in total. If more money gets put in, and let's say it goes to $200 million, that means you double your money if you bought in at $100 million, right? So that's kind of a little example, and everything is going to at least 2x, which means I'll turn whatever. If I get $100 in, I'll get at least $200 out. But I have to take profits, and it's probably not going to happen for the next few months. But I'm being patient. But also, this didn't happen. I didn't be like, oh, I'm gonna start day trading next week, and I started making money. I've been doing this since December. I haven't really told anybody. A few of my friends know. I told my brother, kind of. Nobody else knows. My parents don't know. My girlfriend doesn't know. My other friends don't know, and I don't want them to know because it's not a big deal, and people think of it really differently. Like, I could make $50 in 3 minutes. I could lose my entire account in 30 seconds, right? Earlier today, I woke up. Did a sleepover with my friend. I was sleeping. I woke up at like 4 in the morning. I was like, huh. I wanted to check my position, and it went up, it went back down, and I ended up buying more because there's a good little setup. And I set my stop loss because I was up in a little bit of profit, and I went back to sleep. And I woke up, I was like, oh, wow, I'm $39 profit. Okay, I went back to sleep. I didn't even realize. And I woke up like, oh shit, I have a trade open. What am I doing, bro? I didn't, like, why did I open that trade? I was half asleep. Most of the times where I lose, like a few months ago when I'd lose all my money, I'd blow my account, is because it was late at night and I got greedy because I had a small loss, which snowball effect, right? Earlier today, I was in a trade and I was down. So on the day, I made about $100 in the morning. My stop loss was away from 1 cent. The price of the Solana, that's the thing I'm buying and selling, it was at like $150, right? And my stop loss was like 1 cent away, and it went up, and it was 1 cent away from filling my stop loss. So if it went down 1 cent, which is like 0.001% of the entire price, that whole money wouldn't have even happened. I would have been really mad. But I feel like that's a little like thing from God, like, hey, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Let's see what you do with this. All right. I gave a little bit of money back, so I was up that much on the day. And then my P&L, like on the app, it's kind of weird, right? Like, I was up like 100. I think I made like 80. I think I made $90 from that trade. And then I got another trade. I was down like $50. I low-key got cooked. But I didn't sell. I didn't get out. My stop loss was a little higher. And I ended up making money on it, and now I'm up about $60. But my P&L, like, it resets, like, the time zone for the app, the exchange I use to place the trades is in, like, Asian time. So right now, it's the day after. So my profit and loss gets reset. So it's like a day ahead. So I'm up $60, and then I'm up $100. So I'm up about $160 today. But I gave back, like, $30. I bought this meme coin, and I kind of, like, I'm still in it, but like I'm down a little bit. I'm probably gonna end up selling it. But yeah, it's only like $30, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm trying to be smart. I shouldn't. I'm probably not. I'm still in the trade, so I was betting on the price going down. So it went down a little bit. I took a little bit of money out, and it went up back to where I kind of bought in. And I ended up re-entering because I closed the trade down, and it went up, and I just closed. I could have made like an extra $20. And then I re-entered. I don't know where it is right now. I haven't gotten a notification. I'll get a notification if the price goes up or down or not. Doesn't really affect me. If it doesn't work out, I lose like $10. If it does work out, I make like $50. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to get into investing, I would highly advise you not to get into crypto, because you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. So when I got introduced into crypto, into investing, it wasn't stocks, it wasn't trading, it wasn't index funds or saving account, it was meme coins. I was in a Discord server because I would resell items like hoodies and AirPods, and I spent like $1,000 on items. I made like break even. There's some things I still haven't sold, but there's people talking about crypto. Like, I could get a free reward from inviting people to the server. So I invited some people to the server, and this guy, he paid me $10 in like Bitcoin or Ethereum or something. And I was like, oh wow. And then I started trading it, and I put it down to like $3. And then I was like, you know what? I'm all in on this random meme coin. And it went to $23. And then it went back to zero. So I lost it all. But I was like, you know what? That's possible, bro. Imagine I put in $200 and I actually sold. I could have turned $200 into like $1,000. So then I started buying into crypto. And I started trading meme coins for the first 2-3 months. No profitable at all. My best play was one of the Donald Trump meme coins. I turned $20 into $200. And then the next week I literally lost it all trading other stuff. And then I eventually got into perpetual futures, which is what I'm doing right now. It's like actual day trading, but it's crypto. Crypto's more volatile. There's volume in crypto, so the amount of money spent, if you put that into like gold, if it's like traded with gold or like S&P 500, it won't move as much. But since crypto, the market caps are a little lower, there's more volatile. So if you know what you're doing, you could capitalize on these moves. And you could trade with leverage on the exchange, which means if you put in $10 and you have 10x leverage, you'd be actually trading with $100. So it amplifies your wins and losses. And I saw the future, and I was not successful. Sometimes I turned $200 into $800, and I'd lose it all in the same day. And now, because I was just gambling, I didn't have any setups. I'd be like, oh, price looks good. I'm going to buy here and see what happens. I look at the chart. I'd be like this for like 7 hours. And then every time it went up, I wouldn't sell, and I'd eventually get liquidated. One time I lost $400 in a trade, right? I turned $200 into like $1,000, and I took away all the profits immediately in one trade. The same day I made it, by the way. But, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't do crypto, if you don't do investing, you'd be like, yo, what the heck? You're risking $10, $20 on a trade. That's like that's stupid. You should never do that. Or you made $50 in an hour. Like, that's great. Like, some people can't comprehend it because their mindsets are so limited. It's a foreign way of making money, right? I know somebody who did do trading. I don't know if he's trading anymore. And he made a few $100,000, and he's a year older than me, and he went to my school. He showed me his portfolio. It was freaking huge. He got into crypto early, so he got into Ethereum at like $200, and now it's at like $2,000. He got into Bitcoin or whatever, Solana at like $10. He made a lot of money. And then he told me to stick with trading. He said over the summer, have fun, do whatever you got to do, work, whatever, but lock it on trading. Do some trading, because I guarantee you, if you stick with trading for the next year or two, you may not be profitable, but one day you will be profitable. You will fall in love with the process, and you'll get good, and that's when you'll start seeing gains. And that's exactly what's happened this week. I had 2 red days where I lost $22, I think, and some trades, like I was in a trade, it shot up, like I was up with like $40, and I didn't want to take any position out. It was manipulation. So it went up, and then it went all the way, it went down more. It continued in the trend. And I didn't see that. And I did it again, and I still didn't take the profits. So I could have been up a little bit more. But that is what it is. And earlier today, I was down $50. on the day past 11 a.m. in the morning. And then after that, I was down $50, and I stayed in. I was up $100. I took a little bit out, and then now I'm up $60 because I kind of gave a little bit of money back. If the trend continues, I will make that money back. But I didn't lose any money because it's not my money. It's the market. It's the market's money. I'm extracting liquidity from the market. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to extract the most liquidity from the market. This is my plan. So if I can have like a few $1,000s before the crypto cycle pumps, before the giga pump, before alt season, I could like 10x or 4x or 5x my money. And that money, once I sell it, I'll keep it in Bitcoin, or I'll keep it in whatever stable coin so it doesn't go up or down. And then when the market flushes out and there's a bear market and prices go down, there's a recession, I can buy back Bitcoin lower, and I can hold Bitcoin until I'm older. Because if I could use Bitcoin right now is like $110,000. If I bought all Bitcoin, I wouldn't even have 0.1. I wouldn't even have 0.01. But if I waited for the price to go from, let's say it goes up 110 to 200K, and it goes back down to like 30 or 40K, I could buy like 0.2 Bitcoin or 0.3 Bitcoin from the money I've made. And then when Bitcoin goes back up to $200,000 or $100,000, that 0.2 would be worth like 30. It will be worth like 3 or 4x more. That's my plan. I don't know. My account could get hacked, and the thing about crypto is it's not regulated. So if someone hacked into my phone, or someone found my password, they could log in and send the funds out in 2 seconds, and I could lose everything. That's why you gotta be careful. You don't want to click on any links or anything. I'm making this video. I want to come out. I want to come clean and tell you guys about what I'm doing. Up 300 on the week. Bull market starting. I even have a cousin who does crypto. Well, he's not my cousin. He's like my mom's cousin or whatever. And he's very successful with it. He has multiple Bitcoins. Bitcoin's kind of expensive right now if you haven't known. But so he's successful with it. He told me if you want to get in crypto, you can. Just be careful. You know, there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of rugs. And I don't know if he does meme coins or is an investor. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff. Like one time he was at my house and he was on his computer waiting for someone to launch a meme coin. He made a lot of money that weekend. He sent me a screenshot of his P&L. Dude, that's more money than I'm going to make in the next year. I just want to say that. So yeah. But I'm not rich. I'm just a regular kid trying to make it. I see the future in trading. Millions of people became successful with trading, so why can't I? If millions of people can do 100 push-ups in a row, you can do a push-up again. You can do that too. You just got to work at it. You know, the 4-minute mile was never possible until somebody did it. And now it's been done thousands of times after somebody realized it was possible. So that's what you can do. I can make it. You can make it. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. I made $300 trading crypto. I don't know. But yeah, and all the money I'm making, I'm going to put half of it in my bank account so I can save up for whatever, college, whatever, and buy a computer or whatever. And then the other 50% I'll put into the market. That's my goal. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. You know, we're running it up. We're becoming successful. Summer, I have about a month left in summer. We'll see how it goes. Love you, boys. Hope you learned something. If you want to buy any crypto, I would buy Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. And if you want to get a little risky, you could go on YouTube and buy some layer 1 altcoins. Because they're safer and they're going to at least 2 to 3x in the next few months if you get in now. Now's a perfect time to buy. All right, I'm telling you. If you watch my video and you don't believe me, look at the price of Bitcoin. Look at the price of the total market cap of all crypto. And then take a screenshot and then look at it again in the next few months. Look at it again in December and see it be doubled. All right. See you, boys. Thanks for watching. This is an unedited, unnothing video. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a great night. And also, I'm not going to trade anymore. I'm in that trade. I was thinking on sizing up so I can make more money. Because if I sized up to what I was sized up in earlier, I would have been up 3 times more than I was up at the moment. And that was good. That would have taken me back up into the full profit, full gains. Because I was up 100 and now I'm up 60. But I didn't because I know if it reversed, I would have gotten tilted and it would have messed me up. And I would have stayed up till like 3 in the morning trading and lose all my money. So yeah, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm not going to lose it this time. Because I've already lost it twice. You know, fool me once, shame on you. You know, first time, you know, it is what it is. I lost. I made a bunch and I lost it. Second time, shame on me. I made it up. It was right at the bottom of the market when tariffs from the dump in the past few months. I had 5 Solanas. And Solana was I had like 7 Solanas, and Solana was at like $100. Now Solana went up to 190, and now it's at like 150 right now. And the all-time high is $300. And I could have bought into all these other lower market cap, and I would have been up. I would have been perfect. But I didn't get this one. So fool me twice, shame on me. That's my fault. Fool me 3 times, you're just freaking stupid. So I'm not gonna be that fool. I'm going to be the smart person and capitalize. If you want to get into crypto, do it. But this ain't financial advice. So if you get into crypto or you start gambling on meme coins and you lose your money, that's not my fault. All right. See you boys later. We'll make an update next weekend on the next Sunday, telling you about my gains, seeing what happens. Unedited video, unclipped. You're just going to watch it. Just me talking, me vlogging. That's what I'm doing. See you boys.